Hello there, men, and welcome to the Masculinism Movement channel, a place for men to be men and talk about masculinity and men's issues. I'm your host, Brian Crawl, and today I'm going to be mansplaining to you about red flags. But before we get started, could you just hit that like button for me, because any women who watch this are going to definitely hit the dislike button. Thanks. I'd also like to take a second just to show off my double pocket square that I did up especially for this outfit. And I want to make sure you can, all see this because it was actually really difficult to do. It probably took about like 10 times. So I'm probably never going to do it again. So just want to make sure everyone could see that. Before talking about the real important issue here, which is red flags. If history has taught us men anything about women, it's that not stopping for red flags is like not stopping for a red light or red stop sign on the road. There's a good chance you're going to get hurt. And when you repeatedly don't stop for them, it's only a matter of time until you do get hurt. However, one of the problems with romance is that when you are looking at a woman with rose-colored glasses on, it masks the red flags, so you don't even notice them at all until it's too late, and then you eventually get screwed over and left wondering how this could happen to you. So when I was a dating instructor, I would always look back on the women who ended up being unhealthy for me and thinking to myself, okay, what were the red flags that I missed or ignored that I should have seen and could have helped me potentially avoid all this? Eventually, I compiled a list of over 50 red flags that are indicators that a woman is not healthy relationship material. And it wasn't too much longer until I realized another problem that I had run into. That there are no women who do not display at least some red flags. And I had also said that women shouldn't have a grocery list of demands that they place upon men, and that too high of standards just means you end up alone, that relationships are about compromise and work. I mean, I myself have faults and flaws that I would probably need to work on in order to make a relationship healthy and sustainable. So I thought to myself, I just need to find a woman who doesn't have too many red flags, right? And whose red flags aren't too bad. And of course, who is willing to work on their faults and flaws and do relationship work together. And it wasn't too much longer until I ran into the next problem, which is that there's really no good way to bring up the fact that you've noticed a red flag in a woman to her. It's a difficult conversation that most women can't handle, even when you put it into the nicest possible language. And those who can handle it and who claim that they are willing to work on their faults and flaws in order to have a healthy relationship with you may also not do so. They may want to believe it, but actually be incapable of doing so, or they may actually be lying to you and not want to work on themselves or a relationship. And will have you do the relationship work and work on yourself and your faults and flaws for them, but not do any of the work themselves, even if they promised to. As we all know, women love making empty promises, as I talked about in a video linked below. So it won't be too much longer before you run into the next problem, which is that once you've started seeing red flags at all from women, not only will those red flags not go away, but they will only get bigger and lead to more and more. So the only good response to a red flag that you have noticed is to stop and turn the fuck around and go the other way. And unfortunately, if you take my advice, that's what you're going to end up doing from all women, because they all have red flags. Any women who are actually healthy relationship material or wife material, were wifed up and locked down by a guy who is more relationship and husband material than you are, and probably long ago, before you ever had a chance. And women who are perpetually single are so for a reason. They can never make it work with a man because they aren't relationship oriented. And no amount of compromising or working together is going to fix that. So just go your own way, men. That concludes this video. Thanks for listening. I hope I mansplained that good enough for you. If I did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links below for more resources for your masculine personal development. And if you can afford to donate, please do so with the PayPal link below, because your support funds me doing this work and fighting the good fight for men like you. And you can stay tuned for the next video coming out soon. And otherwise, take care of yourselves, men, because no woman out there is going to.